home? They're home. Okay. I wrote this song called Come Down Home to Georgia. And I don't really know why. I wrote the actual words, Come Down Home to Georgia, almost as I was writing it. And I don't know why I wrote the words, Come Down Home to Georgia. Although it was the state, and it is the South, and it was warm and beautiful. I had some time in the South, and it was lovely, wonderful time of my life. And anyway, this I wrote, Come Down Home to Georgia, as I was writing it. And I wrote it, as again, with octaves in the left hand. Whatever chord it was, whatever chord that was on the song, I played just in the left hand an octave. So it would be like this. Oh, well, that's not even the beginning of it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so right here is C sharp minor, 7. Well, what are we playing in the left hand? C sharp. C sharp minor 7 with a B. What are we playing in the left hand? A B. And yes, you can play octave like this, back and forth octave, or you can play it solidly, or you can play it, like a rhythm like long, short, long, short, long, which would be the classic rock way. Or you could play it back and forth, as I said, or you can put the fifth in between sometimes, in any, anyways, I'm a C sharp. Oh, wait, I'm talking a little bit of C sharp here. Okay, so C sharp minor is what they call a relative minor to the key of E. Now, if we look at the key of E, this is the E string here, all in block, in clusters, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, with your 4, 3, 2, 1 finger in your left hand, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the left hand, you just cluster it so you can see all the notes throughout the whole keyboard, that they all should be lit. Okay, so anyways, these notes happen to be the notes that, if you use in C sharp, all are legal and pretty. Let's go through them. Here's the E scale. Okay, so what is, comparing to C sharp, what is the E? Well, it's the minor third, okay? So they call it a minor third down from any major street. Like relative minor mean like the down, what do I want to say? Down a minor third from whatever note you're starting, like if my thumb's starting the note. I love minor thirds anyways. I can play forever. I love them. Anyways, but and I major thirds too. But anyways, in this case, we're talking minor thirds. So a minor third down from any street, okay? A down from D, the minor would be B minor. But B minor would be the relative minor. Oh, and they call it the quote, relative minor. Well, here's the cool thing. I like that word a whole lot. And that goes way back in music theory. I mean, my goodness, 18th century, whatever, relative minor, the word. Anyways, I love it because it's like the relative of the major. It's like a little distant relative, but a cool relative. Why? Because every single note of the major, when you go down to minor third, works as a legal addition note in the chord based on the minor. Still doesn't make any sense. All right, well, if you had a minor chord, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, I won't even give you 7 yet. You have the first and the third of the E street. So I'm going down. Remember, my bass note, I don't have enough fingers to play this, but I had a whole cluster here, plus C sharp in the bottom. It actually sounds really good. Oh, I don't have a sustain pedal. Well, you piano players, we all know what a sustain pedal is. An electric, I have to get one. I don't even know this one. Anyways, so is C sharp in the left hand or B in the left hand? If the chord says that, I'm going to move the mouse here. Or if the chord says B in the left hand, or A, or in this case, D. So here I got C sharp in the left hand, octave, a B in the left hand, an A in the left hand, or a D in the left hand. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this relative minor thing. I just wanted to kind of get your brain onto that, because those are the 3 chords I'm looking at. We already have the minor third, right? And now watch, here's another one out of the major. The 7 is one of those notes. The 4 is, remember the 4 is so cool with the minor, it really sounds good, the 4. And then we got the 2, of course, with the 2, I'm not the 2, the 4. Here's the 4, off of C sharp, 4. And then we got the 6, which is a great, I meant to say the 6. A is the 6, F sharp is the 4, off of C sharp. Listen to it. Here's as we get brighter and brighter into this idea that we're in the E major street, and like a light bulb goes off of your head and it gets brighter, and you think, wait a minute, I know. Yeah, it's hitting the C sharp down there. I think on the MIDI keyboard. And by the way, just to say something, the C sharp is the first note of the song, and I'm going to keep the C sharp, and let me just tell you, listen to what happens if I'm also walking in the bass in that E major, where it really is, and we're relative in the C sharp minor to E major. What's an legal regular note out of the E street? B, it's the fifth. So the next note I went to, and then I moved and then I got a C sharp minor with a B bass. And then if I didn't even move anything in my right hand guitar part, and I just moved to A, I get this beautiful chord, which is an A major 7 chord. A lot of people figure that out. They see that and they play that or whatever, and they do it. In this case, I didn't want the major 7, although the first one I probably ever was fooling around, I probably hit it, but I wanted it more of a pure. So I moved from the major 7 to just the pure A, and I am duplicating because remember, in a four note, duplicating one of the 3 notes of a major chord is the way I play all major chords. I always think of them in each inversion in 4-note things, not in 3-note things, but in 4-note things. So you have to look at the next one instead of just the bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, bottom. So you have to. So anyways, checking this out. So I have C sharp minor, there's nothing in it. Then I move down to the B, in the left hand. And then, as I say, I moved to A, but I didn't like that. I wanted to go, so I only had to move one finger. So I get this cool. And then, it goes like this. Come. Do you see where I change to the B, just the B, to the A? Then I move down to the D. I don't even move any notes here. I just holding on the melody. Holding right there, but I'm changing the bass note to, and I'm adding the third. I'm being bass note to D, from A to D. Just playing that bass note and the melody. Then I'm going B with a bass note, A with a bass note, and then D. But it sounds better if you put it third in there, so I did. It's a D major 7. A melody that has a second part to it, and it climbs it goes back up, and it has a little turnaround. Isn't that beautiful? That is what I'm talking about. In a jam sometime, and I liked it, so it stuck with me. But then I added, that was the main melody note, but I wanted, what was in between? What was the note? And I noticed the C and E wanted to be there. See, I moved that octave around of the melody, but just kept those 2 in the middle. And it was great. It made a C with a D bass down to a D7, not major 7. D7 this time. My brain went, ooh, so I can have a major 7 sometimes, or sometimes I can have a 7 sometimes in Come Down Home to Georgia. As we get brighter and brighter into this idea that we're in the E major street, and like a light bulb goes off of your head and it gets brighter, and you think, wait a minute, I know. I'm going to look at those notes, and that the 5th off of C sharp. Remember, our bass note is C sharp. This is based in C sharp. It's the first note of the melody, C sharp. So let's just talk straight about C sharp. This is a big thing. So it's the relative minor of E. And if we look at E, we have a 4, which is great. Here's a minor 7 with a 4. Then we have the 2, which is the major 7 off of E. Listen to it. It's just a thick minor chord. That's a the F sharp is playing that C sharp. Now listen to this part. I put the major 7 off of the E, right? It's the major 7 of E major street, but it turns out it's not the major 7 here, it's the 2. Isn't that great? And then on the F sharp, it's the 4. That's so cool. Remember, I always say move. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I always say move it around and so you can see it. But anyway, sometimes it's hard to stretch when you're doing that many notes at the same way. Use all 5 fingers. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to reduce a little bit here. So I'm going to go down just to the C sharp. I'm going to make C sharp down. It's a major 7. I don't know how I figured that out. I can't describe that, but let's just hear it. The melody starts breaking out of those chords, and it sinks down to the 7, and then it keeps going down the E. Hear it? Right in it. It keeps going down the E. And that is the melody. Come down home to Georgia. Listen to the E. This is what is all out of all those notes. Oh, well, that one was a little bit of a, there was a kind of a, how can I say, lately I've been doing like bends around the third, like bends to the 4th or bends to the minor 3rd now. But basically, I was doing something and I found that it's really a D, it's a C with a D bass, and then it resolves to a D or a D7 to, but it just came in it instead of the major 7 that I was going to, like I was going C sharp, then the major 7, the back melody or the second B melody, and then I went in a jam.